this is my first time in Cannes, meeting the advertising industry. So I've been sort of listening in, I've been meeting people. It's been fantastic. I'm super impressed by the whole community and what's going on. I'm originally from the music industry, so this is a little different, but very, very exciting.
So last year was all about NFTs. Could not punch the ticket to Cannes without having a conversation about Web3 and NFTs. This year I think it's going to be all about AI. I think a lot of people are talking about how it's going to change the industry and what that's going to mean for advertising and marketers.
I mean, this is, I think, one of the most exciting moments, and the key burning topics again coming back. Hey, crypto's crashed, NFT has lost their value, and I think generative AI is going to solve every single problem. How exciting is that?
Lots of great conversations around customer data and how to unlock the value of customer data and AI to deliver great customer experiences. So that's really lots of the conversations around that, and really understanding AI and generative AI, and also talking about GPT. Lots of GPT.
The number one conversation that I've been seeing and Audigen's been having has been all around the next evolution of programmatic, which is curation. So we're seeing that with SSPs and DSPs and demand side and data companies, but it really is moving its way through the entire ecosystem as we not only improve what's possible today, but make sure it's working for when the cookie goes away and there's major regulatory changes. So I think we're at a moment where people are seeing the solution and adopting the solution, and the word is getting out.
I just came off a panel about women in leadership that was really invigorating, and I think what I'm looking forward to this Cannes is having conversations about what are we going to do about a potential recession, and how are we going to innovate to make sure that, irrespective of what the economy is doing, that we are doing the best with our marketing tools and tactics to reach the audiences we want to reach.
I think I was just on a panel, talking about like personalization at scale. So, AI would definitely help us drive those hyper personalization at scale, which we have been talking about, for quite some years now. Especially, with generative AI, we can have like a content factory that can really scale the content needed to hyper personalize the customer experiences. And think about that. Every digital touch point can be personalized, and with massive AI applications, this is reality now.
My favorite part of these conversations is just really talking to people and understanding where they are in the spectrum with a lot of these trends. Like, 6 months ago, none of us were talking about GPT, and now this is everything that we're talking about, and really trying to understand and wrap our heads around where brands want to use these capabilities and how they're thinking about it. It's really fun to have those conversations, really fun to also have the conversations around what this means to our industry, around trust and, trademarking and process and governance and things like that. And so it's really great to have those initial conversations to really think and brainstorm within the industry around where do we want to take this.
My favorite conversation is actually the topic that I'm most passionate about, and that's how curation can create purpose-driven marketplaces. It's actually opened up the supply path so the buy side can be really thoughtful about what companies that are founded around purpose are included in the supply path. And 2 years ago, I think there was the desire, but now we have the ability to unlock and make those dollars flow and to do it at scale. So I think you're going to see a massive push in purpose-driven work.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how the conversation is changing around some of the social media platforms. I know that TikTok is really re-looking at what they're doing with creators, and the creator-influencer conversation is changing. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about that.
So there's a lot of conversation happening around the AI space, how it's going to change marketing and advertising, and how it's going to create those immersive experiences for customers by giving them the content they want, and that resonates with the target audience. I think, with AI, you got to be a little careful, do it slow, and make sure AI is your co-pilot. It's not the main driver. So if you'll be your co-pilot, I think you will hit, good success rate.
Trends that I'm seeing in Cannes that people are talking about is really just, how do you start to really think about online and offline and tying those behaviors, coming from the pandemic and being so completely digital, and then coming back into real life and your real life, and really how do we start to accelerate and tie all these things together, which comes back to data and delivering that great customer experience, not just on marketing channels, but now really tying it in every single customer touch point.
Well, I've been to some really great panel discussions. I went to one today about AI that I thought was super interesting, and I think the level of the conversations here are just very fascinating.